Krishna, everyone. Nice to be with you again. Welcome to another exciting episode of Bhagavatam Bites.
We're in the park. Lincoln's Inn. Is this Lincoln's Inn?
Lincoln Inn's Field. Or Lincoln Inn Fields.
And there's these two psychotic squirrels. So if I suddenly jump up, scream, or do something crazy, I'm just letting you know.
Okay. And we just want everyone to know that you should subscribe to this channel and share it with other people. We're starting a campaign to try to...
Yeah, we want to reach 1,000 subscribers.
We want to reach 1,000 subscribers. So... We only got 5 at the moment. So we got a long way to go. Anyhow, we're going to read Bhagavatam, and we are starting a new chapter today.
Yes. Canto 3, Chapter 30.
30.
1. The chapter is entitled Description by Lord Kapila of Adverse Fruitive Activities.
Mm-hmm.
Fruity-tooty activities.
There's 33 chapters in this canto. So coming to towards the end, yeah. Okay, say the invocation. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Such a freaky dog. Right, text 1. The personality of Godhead said, as a mass of clouds does not know the powerful influence of the wind, a person engaged, and just then the wind on cue. Oh my days, can't wait. A person engaged in material consciousness does not know the powerful strength of the time factor by which he is being carried. Prabhupada, a great politician Pandita named Chanakya, said that even one moment of time cannot be returned, even if one is prepared to pay millions of dollars. One cannot calculate the amount of loss there is in wasting valuable time, even materially or spiritually. One should be very alert in utilizing the time which he has at his disposal. A conditioned soul lives in a particular body for a fixed measurement of time, and it is recommended in the scriptures that within that small measurement of time, one has to finish Krishna consciousness and thus gain release from the influence of the time factor.
Release, I think it is, right?
Yeah, what did I say?
I thought you said relief, but...
No, release, sorry. But unfortunately...
Are you photographing birds?
Nope, we're doing self-video. We watch birds...
Sorry to interrupt you.
No problem.
No. Okay. How awkward.
We're calling them birds, mate. Sorry, carry on, please.
But unfortunately, those who are not in Krishna consciousness are carried away by the strong power of time without their knowledge, as clouds are carried by the wind. Yeah, I feel that this time factor, I've had a lot of realizations lately, and because I'm getting old, about how it's such a, again, from the point we made in the previous vlog, even if you don't accept a personal God, how can there be a supreme person? It's not very easy for a lot of people to accept that, because you need a certain level of sobriety and intelligence, but you can surely accept that there is a powerful nature, and we're going to call it material nature or mother nature, that's, like we were saying, changing the seasons. And so in the same way, this thing called time, because I like things like history and that, there's so many empires, there's so many warriors and leaders and dictators. It's just like the sands of time, No one can defy time. When I was in secondary school, there was a big thing in the news about Walt Disney, because he froze his head. But did he freeze his whole body?
Froze his whole body,
yeah.
Not just his head.
Because he believes, you're going to get defrosted.
In the future, he was convinced, some doctors or scientists convinced him that in the future we'll be able to keep people alive forever, and we'll be able to do that through cryogenics, which I think means freezing people. So if we freeze you now, we'll be able to bring you back to life later. And so he paid a lot of money to do that.
Yeah, but correct me if I'm wrong, everyone out there, and you. I'm pretty sure someone pulled the plug out, didn't they, by accident?
Yeah, I tell that story a lot, and it seems that is the case, but I've heard that, yeah. That because when he was frozen, his will couldn't be read because he wasn't exactly formally dead. And so therefore someone said, well, we don't like this idea, so they pulled the plug on the freezer. Oh, Walt got thawed out. But I tell that story, I think at one point I did try to find it on the internet, so I can neither confirm nor deny.
Okay, we'll look it up. If you know it, let us know.
Yeah.
Is Walt Disney still frozen or not?
Well, I definitely know he's
Not frozen.
he's not frozen anymore. Yeah,
But the point was that humans try ridiculous ways to stop the time factor. That's my point. But in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, "Time I am, the destroyer of everything."
Kalosmi.
Like, so it's such a powerful, to me, aspect or form of Krishna, because it's so true. Like, nothing can stand, no material, animate, inanimate, anything can stand in the way of time. Really, genuinely, nothing.
Well, there's another saying, time marches on, so.
And there's some
Yeah.
difference that you made.
And so this point that Prabhupada's making in the purport is really powerful, because we do get carried away and covered by this material energy, and before you know it, why did I waste so much time on that? So many years, so many months, weeks, whatever. Why did I do that? And it's quite brutal almost. It's like, and then you realize, gosh, I'm so old, or I neglected these people, or I did this and that. There's no, if you come to this material world, you're just going to get a beating. It's no mercy.
I seem to remember the last one you kind of...
There's no mercy. Oh yeah. No, but it's true. I'm just having these realizations. I'm old now.
Yeah.
There's no mercy.
I mean, for me, Prabhupada's making the powerful point here that we have to choose to spend our time correctly. That's really the thing. And who makes the choice? We do. And you can argue the end of the time, until the end of time. No, I have to do this, I have to do that, I had to go. But actually, we're making choices every moment of what we use, how we spend our time. Or we have the right to make a choice. Very often the modes of material nature are making the choice for us because we're not actually empowering ourselves enough or feeling empowered enough by those around us to make choices. But that also is likely due to some choice that we've made. So we need to exercise more of our free will and make sure that we make time to do the things that we need to do to put ourselves in a better space and in a better position. And then I would say that you can see that actually there's immense opportunity for making progress and advancement in Krishna consciousness in this material world. And where we were going to read in another park, which was right next to Great Ormond Street Hospital, and right besides that is, I think it's called Maudsley. It's like a head injury hospital. And of course, we just saw that there were lots of people not in a good shape around there. And my wife said, "Oh God, this is a little depressing." But actually, huh? You didn't say that? Okay, what'd you say? Okay, I'm sorry. It was actually. It's difficult. It's like, monks. They go and sit along the bank of the Ganga, where the burning ghats are, and watch them burn the bodies, so that they realize the temporal nature of the material world and how we're so attached to these bodies. So, it is. The world can be a depressing place. But the more Krishna conscious we are, the more that we see Krishna in everything, and the less, in one sense you could say, depressing it is, the more we understand it, that it's just a temporary place. I guess I better stop here. I'm feeling like I may have gotten myself into trouble. Yep, that's the answer to that one.
Text 2. What's you?
Okay. Text 2 is whatever is produced by the materialist with great pain and labor for so-called happiness, the Supreme Personality, as the time factor, destroys, and for this reason, the conditioned soul laments. It's like, just reminds me of the idea of sand castles, you know? You just build them up so big and so nice on the beach, and then the tide comes in and just washes them away. Yeah. So we'll read the purport. The main function of the time factor, which is a representative of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is to destroy everything. Okay, that's time's main function, is to deteriorate. The materialists and material consciousness are engaged in producing so many things in the name of economic development. They think that by advancing and satisfying the material needs of man, they will be happy. But they forget that everything they have produced will be destroyed in due course of time. From history, we can see that there were many powerful empires on the surface of the globe that were constructed with great pain and great perseverance. But in due course of time, they have all been destroyed. Still, the foolish materialists cannot understand that they are simply wasting time in producing material necessities which are destined to be vanquished in due course of time. This waste of energy is due to the ignorance of the mass of people who do not know that they are eternal and that they have an eternal engagement also. They do not know that this span of life in a particular type of body is but a flash in the eternal journey. Not knowing this fact, they take this small flash of life to be everything, and they waste time in improving economic conditions. So there you go. The most important thing is not the economic situation. It's, am I engaging myself in service to Krishna and the bhakti process of reconnecting myself with my spiritual identity. Otherwise, like sandcastles on the beach, when the tide of time comes in, just washes it all away anyhow. Anyway, very nice.
Text 3. The misguided materialist does not know that his very body is impermanent and that the attractions of home, land and wealth which are in relationship to that body are also temporary. Out of ignorance only, he thinks that everything is permanent. Purport. The materialist thinks that persons engaged in Krishna consciousness are crazy fellows, wasting time by chanting Hare Krishna. But actually, he does not know that he himself is in the darkest region of craziness because of accepting his body as permanent. And in relation to his body, he accepts his home, his country, his society, and all other paraphernalia as permanent. This materialistic acceptance of the permanency of home, land, etc. is called the illusion of Maya. This is clearly mentioned here. Mohad griha shretra vasuni. Out of illusion only does the materialist accept his home, his land, and his money as permanent. Out of this illusion, the family life, national life, and economic development, which are very important factors in modern civilization, have grown. A Krishna conscious person knows that this economic development of human society is but temporary illusion. This illusion, though, is very strong. Because even someone who knows, or is trying to know, aspiring devotees, bhaktas, you can get comfortable in that knowledge and then become under the illusion again. Does that make sense?
No.
So let me elaborate. Like in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna explains about the three modes, and that the mode of goodness can condition you. You know, you might think, oh, but mode of passion, mode of goodness can condition you to a certain type of lifestyle, practice, knowledge, as it were. So we can get stuck on that certain level of knowledge and almost come to us like stall, as it were, in our progress. We've got to keep moving in terms of learning, in terms of surrendering, in terms of purifying, and you can just become comfortable in a certain platform of
Plateau.
knowledge. That's one thing. But the other thing is devotional service, as it says in the Nectar of Devotion. Whether we seek it or not, there are fringe benefits, as we've said. Name, fame, adulation, and just whatever. Krishna reciprocates, as it were. And that in itself can cover you. And you need a good jolt to realise, oh, hang on a minute. Why did I join this process? Why did I join this movement? What was it about Prabhupada's books and the knowledge that I kind of got? And now I'm like comfortably sitting around because of the fringe, because of what comes. So it's like, it's good to remain almost like lacking in some way in things or understanding, whatever, just to keep you on your toes, because this energy, material energy, is very powerful and very subtle, very, very subtle, and it will catch you. It will catch you.
In fact, you're probably already caught.
I am, yeah.
We're all already caught.
Oh dear.
We just need to be released, and the only way we can get released is Davyeshi Gunamayi Mama Maya Duratya Mami Vaya Papadyante Mayamatam Tarantite. Bhagavad Gita 7:14. We have to take shelter of Krishna. Then we can cross beyond this material energy, which is very difficult to overcome. So we need the help of Krishna.
All right.
Last paragraph. In another part of Srimad Bhagavatam, the acceptance of the body as oneself, the acceptance of others as kinsmen in relationship to this body, and the acceptance of the land of one's birth as worshipable, are declared to be the products of an animal civilization. When, however, one is enlightened in Krishna consciousness, he can use these for the service of the Lord. That is very suitable proposition. Everything has a relationship with Krishna. When all economic development and material advancement are utilized to advance the cause of Krishna consciousness, a new phase of progressive life arises. Wow, I like this. Let me just read this again. When, however, one is enlightened in Krishna, he can use these for the service of the Lord. So we can use all of these aspects, accepting others as kinsmen, accepting the land of one's birth as worshipable, and also accept the body as oneself. So if one's Krishna conscious, these three things can be engaged in the service, and that can lead to a new phase of progressive life. Okay, I think we should stop there.
Nice.
Unless you have any comments.
Nice purports.
Yeah.
Very deep.
So, thank you, mate. Okay.
Thank you
So,
everyone for watching.
next time we'll read verse 4.
Yes.
Thank you all very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai.
Jai.
Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai.
Jai.
Hare Krishna.